Welcome back to Truly Force-Free Animal Training's Trainer Quick Tip. Today, I want to focus on 4th of July. 4th of July is just around the corner, and so hopefully if you have an animal, dog, cat, horse, or any animal that might be afraid of the fireworks, you have spoken with your veterinarian and gotten appropriate medication, something that's for anxiety and fear. So something like Xanax and Trazodone or Celio. There are some other different medications out there that are specifically made for anxiety. You want to steer clear of things like acepromazine, which is just a sedative. So your animal is sedated like before surgery, but their mind is still going. So they might be really anxious, but unable to get and move away from their fear. Also, sometimes people recommend Benadryl. Benadryl is an antihistamine. It's used for allergies. So a side effect of it is sleep for some animals and people, but it also can make them have a dry mouth, and it just makes them a little sleepy. So they're still going to be anxious if they're afraid of the loud sounds from the fireworks. So hopefully you've already dealt with getting medication. If you haven't, call right now because your veterinarians are already really busy, especially now as we're coming out of COVID. So you may or may not be able to get your medication before the 4th of July. So if you haven't gotten it, at least try to get some medication. If you can't get medication, some dogs do find relief, some animals find relief with CBD. You just need to be careful when you're using it because there are no real specific guidelines on how much to use. And I always recommend that any medication you use, you try it before the event because some animals will get hyper on some of these anxiety medications rather than calm, or they might get agitated. And you would hate to give them a medication for the first time during 4th of July and have them agitated just because the medication agitates them and not just the event that's going on. So if you haven't got your medication, get that medication. But also there's other things that you can do to help. There are things like the Thunder shirt that you can get online and you can get at pet stores. It's a shirt, and we've shown it in previous videos, where it's tightly fitted and it's like swaddling a baby, where it can calm the nervous system. For some dogs, it's magical. Other dogs don't care at all about it. So a Thunder shirt is something you can try. You also might try doing some pheromones, so spraying Adaptil pheromone spray or getting a pheromone collar. And so those are some things that you might be able to try that are more homeopathic, but also controlling your environment. So I like to try to get my animals in a room that has the least amount of windows if possible. I close all my windows, I close all my doors, I turn on all my lights, I turn on a lot of radios and a lot of TVs so that there's a lot of noise just to kind of drown out some of those booming sounds. In some cases it's just white noise, and some cases, one time I put on a YouTube recording of a AC/DC concert, so it was that constant music but there was loud and quiet. Some of your dogs may benefit from even listening to classical music or through a dog's ear. So there's a lot of different opportunities you can do for that. If your dog is comfortable in a crate, you might put them in a crate and cover it with blankets so that it's a little bit quieter. My dogs personally love crates. They want to be in their crate, but other dogs panic when they're in a crate, so then that's not going to help. If you have a lot of fireworks in your area, it's always good to have at least one person stay home to make sure that your dogs or your animals are okay. And I talk about dogs primarily, but horses will get scared of these sounds and bolt and get out of stalls or out of pastures and run, and they can get hit by cars and have a lot of injury. Cats can get scared and get hit by cars, birds, or even livestock if you have pet goats or other animals. So you want to think of all your animals, not just your dogs, because every animal can be scared by these sudden sounds that the fireworks make. So if you're watching this and you have an animal who might be scared, start preparing now. Start thinking about what you're going to do. What room would be better? Some people have bathrooms that don't have any windows, and so that's going to be the quietest place, maybe putting some radio in there. You can also use essential oils. Young Living has one, Tea Away or Stress Away, or even lavender if you just pick up something like lavender or chamomile. All of those might help. If you're going to use any of these things, start before the fireworks start. So fireworks in my area usually start around 9 o'clock. That's when it starts to get dark. So I would give my medication by 7:30 or 8. So it's really in the system before the fireworks start. I would start diffusing maybe early in the day, diffusing my essential oils to keep the house calm. put the thunder shirt on early, spray the pheromones. Whatever you're gonna do, don't wait until the first boom. Try to do it a little bit ahead of time. I do realize that some of you also might be experiencing fireworks already. They may have been going on for the last month, and they may continue on for days after 4th of July. Depending on the fear and anxiety of your animal, you may have to continue doing some of these things for a few days before and after 4th of July, because for them, these sounds are very scary. So I hope that these little tips kind of help you prepare for 4th of July. I hope that your animals do okay and you still are able to enjoy and celebrate for the holiday. So we'll see you next time, and I hope this helps.